So one of the things that I sometimes hear from teachers who've seen this video is they say, this is a really cool thing, but I don't know if my kids can do this. So I'm kind of curious about how you would react to that comment. Do you think that given the right amount of time or the right amount of support, that this is the kind of experience that all students need? Or do you think that it's only for some students?
I'm itching to answer this question.
Okay.
Well, and some of it is because in my student teaching experience now, we're actually doing a local proposal assignment later in the month, where it's kind of the same exact thing, and we've kind of revamped it because of my experience with the grant project to the local proposal. And I think it's important to allow students to have that ownership of identifying a problem, identifying a need, and then proposing a solution to it. That's a daily task that anybody should be able to do, and to do it in a rhetorical, argumentative way is getting them further in life.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back. Sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier, where if you give students more control over the process, then they will put more into it than they would have otherwise. Just if you give someone ownership over something, it does tend to, one, they'll take more pride in it, and two, they feel compelled to show that they can do a good job. So I think I think that most students could do it. There's always going to be a few students who have their minds made up, who aren't going to put something into a process just on principle. But I think most students could definitely handle something like that.
Yeah, I guess for me, I think it's not that students can't do it. I think it's that they haven't had those experiences.
Sure.
So it's kind of like training your brain to think in a new way, whereas a lot of school, like I said, you're used to being told what to do. So I think it's uncomfortable at first, but well worth it for the learning experience in the end, I would say, for all students. Yeah.
Well, and so much of it, too, I think, depends on the teacher's role in the classroom, too. Like, you have to be willing as a teacher to give up your classroom to allow them to do that. And, you're still, every different small group was at a different point at different times of the process. And so being able to kind of touch base with everybody and still provide the guidance that they need to, formulate that process, I mean, that's a totally different way of thinking about teaching, so...